But so saying that, we living in an era to where social media is so prevalent, and when you see relationships on social media, you see stuff like Q walking into the gym with, balloons and a watch and all the good stuff. You see the vacations of people going to, the Tulums and the Jamaicas and the Mexicos, to where everything always looks like glitz and glamours. What's something that you would say, or the not necessarily the cons, but what's the challenges of relationships to where that people don't post? Like, you ain't gonna post when we get into an argument. I mean, some people do. I ain't gonna lie, you see some toxic stuff, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? So what's some of the challenges that come with relationships?
I think having, like, it challenges relationships challenge you to grow. Period. If you in a real relationship with somebody that you love, and not even just, like, you really trying to be with this person, it's going to challenge you to grow, like, in every area, because it's not just you that you're thinking about, it's the other person. And then also too, is like, it's stuff inside of you that God begins to reveal about, you or the person that you're with, and you have to make a decision. Like, do I want to grow or do I want to stay in the same? And I think stay the same. And I think that's the big challenge, or was a big challenge, and is a challenge regardless, because at the end of the day, you have to always be open to grow. I think that's one of them. I think social media is definitely an issue, when it comes to a woman and a man, like, all the little stuff that comes with it, liking somebody's stuff, comment on somebody's stuff, or, communicating with somebody off of it in a certain way. That could build up insecurities or different things like that. It's people just having that amount of access like that quick, and, just stuff like that. Some of the challenges that I faced while being with you, growth, probably social media, but I wouldn't even say social media, because once we had that conversation, it was like, boom. But I think it's so much, though. Not like a lot, but it's more so like, the main thing I could really say is it really challenged you to grow and come out, be outside of yourself. And I don't know, maybe I could add more to it once I hear you talk. What you think?
I mean, I would say that. I mean, it challenges you to grow for sure as a person, because, and especially in my case, you say you ain't never had a boyfriend, but we didn't have them conversations with Doe before and put that pressure on you, and you'll kind of switch it up. You know how ladies do.
It don't even be that. So
don't know how ladies do. They tell you this
guys.
Is
what I said. I said I never been in a serious relationship, and I never dealt with nobody on the level that I dealt with you. Have I dealt with dudes? Yes. I ain't no saint.
I mean, we gonna leave it at that.
But I'm just saying, I ain't never been in a real relationship like what me and you got going on. Me, like, all of this, I ain't never been in a real relationship. I could say that on the...
Okay, we get that.
Nah, bro, because don't try to play me like I'm out here. Nah, bro, because don't try to play me.
Again, you see women, like, that's when you know they wrong, because they start getting combative like that.
No, it's not that. Let me tell you what it would just was.
No, let me get my... what I was saying is, it challenges you, especially in situations like myself, to where, I've never been in a relationship with nobody. I've never... had to really deal with nobody. So, growing as a person, in particular for me, I would say, being emotionally available at times, being expressive, communication, things like that. Cause I don't really, I'm not really one to really do that. I don't really, I didn't really grow up in a home to where, saying I love you was a thing, really to this day still don't, I say, I love you to one of my boys, or sooner than I say it to my mom. It was just because that's the dynamics of, I guess, how our household was. But, the love is there without a doubt. If you see me and my mom's relationship, you'll be like, oh yeah, they like Bonnie and Clyde, but the word I love you was never really expressed in our home. So, being expressive, and especially as a guy, as men, we are always taught to be like hard, stern, aggressive, providers, things like that. We're not really taught to how to be communicators, and, I guess the yang to our yin when it comes to a relationship, as far as if your woman needs some type of emotional, affectionate, we're not really taught that. So that has been a challenge for me. But, I work on that. We've been together for 7 years now. And, my whole thing, like I talked to you about, is, as long as I'm not going backwards, I'm proud of myself, you know, and, you know, being in a relationship is something to where it's a constant thing of growth. It's not going. I'm not going to be a better person tomorrow than I was. I'm not going to be a better person tomorrow by 10 times, you know. But as long as I'm taking steps to move into that direction, I would say is a good thing. So I would say something like that is probably the biggest thing. And then again, just living in the air to where, even to go back on my question, all you see is the good. So, you know, no matter how good our relationship is going, we might have just came back from Jamaica, but, and I'm not saying you, but, you know, you might get on social media and see someone else that was just in Puerto Rico doing something, and maybe there's, look, you know, it's just, and it's always that we can get stuck into that thief of comparison in relationships to where, okay, although we doing good, I want to kind of do what they doing over there as well, rather than just kind of living in the moment of your significant other.
Okay, so I got two things to go back, because this definitely ties into our relationship and how, you know, me growing. And then the other thing is about social media. So remind me the social media. So one of the challenges was the toxicness that I had, like, or that I struggled with before us getting with each other. Because I'm not talking about toxic. I said toxic nigga. Toxicness in the sense of me ever being like, put my hands on you or calling you out your name. I'm talking about just the mindset that I had before of you know, us getting together. And I didn't know it was that bad, because you grow up and you hear all the time, dudes ain't ish. You know what I'm saying? You think that all guys are, you know, cheaters, manipulators, liars. You know, even the guys that I dealt with before you, in a sense of, always been like in situations, not like relations. It's been like situations where it's like, you know, might argue, might put our hands on each other, call each other out of each other's name, or just like whatever, and just had the mindset of like just toxic stuff growing up around just certain women and stuff, like don't sweat it, like, you know, just certain mindsets that you just develop. So it was like part of me not even thinking that you would be my husband, because I was never even thinking that I would probably even get married.